Patriots, rebels, outlaws, and pirates. Some of you have heard of the Great Reset, this plan prompted by the opportunity the COVID crisis has given the globalists to reorder the world according to their socialist environmental vision. This will be the end of personal and economic liberty for everyone if it's implemented next year. I do, however, believe that the COVID crisis has revealed in stark terms the necessity for a Great Reset. Look at it this way. When the United States was founded, it was a new program called Liberty, run on a new computer called limited government. It had a few bugs to work out, but it ran better than anything else out there. Over time, however, viruses were introduced, as well as a few destructive hardware upgrades. These corrupted the system, even as the original bugs were worked out. We occasionally and half-heartedly tried to deal with these viruses, but in the end we learned to live with them, tried to work around them, or worst of all, accepted them as part of the original programming. The corruption has now reached the point where the original program is unworkable and unrecognizable. Even its purpose has not only been obscured, but completely reversed. It is time for a reset that will eliminate the viruses and return our system to its original program and purpose. We need to once again embrace the original purpose and intent of our nation as outlined in its foundational documents. I mean, look at what 2020 has brought us. Things that were once wacky conspiracy theories have become normalized, either through actual implementation or at least serious conversation and proposals. Consider what's already happened and keep in mind that all of this happened in the matter of a few months. GPS tracking on your phone, tracking your whereabouts to see who you have been in contact with. Now, it's supposed to be for contact tracing to see if you've been exposed to COVID, but it could just as easily be used to see if you have been in contact with people who have the virus of politically unacceptable views. Travel papers, papers issued to allow you to leave your home under these lockdown orders. Forced quarantine, even when you are not sick as a result of this contact tracing. The acceptance of the idea that government can put you under house arrest at any time, also known as stay-at-home orders. The government picks and chooses which businesses can be open and which must close. They have banned gun sales and prohibited people from going to church. They required you to wear something to cover your face like some poor woman in a Muslim hellhole. Pennsylvania reinstituted prohibition by fiat, no alcohol sales before Thanksgiving. They suppress the right to assemble and protest, unless, of course, you're part of a protected group like Black Lives Matter. Think of what the Great Reset itself is. It's a proposal by a bunch of rich global elites who want to run the world. Forget the Bilderbergers and the like. This is reality, and it's out in the open. We are being encouraged to snitch on our neighbors if we are breaking lockdown edicts like we live in some communist country where neighbors are encouraged to turn each other in. This snitching involves the government assuming the authority to determine who may be in your own home and under what conditions. They have arbitrarily voided private contracts, specifically rental agreements and mortgages. Does anyone now doubt there is a shadow government in the United States, now known as the deep state? The pervasive nature of government propaganda and the suppression of free speech should be obvious to anyone who wants to look, and is what has given us cover for all this totalitarianism. Lies have become the truth. Truth is ridiculed as a lie. This is what's already happened. Perhaps not everywhere, but the fact that it happens anywhere in this country is wrong. Do you seriously believe that all these things, all these tyrannical impositions will not become national under a Biden-Harris administration? I don't know if I can say what's coming is worse, but it will be more intense and pervasive despotism that will build on all these unconstitutional acts too many of us have reluctantly acquiesced to. Here's what is being seriously considered and proposed. Putting microchips in our bodies, the elimination of all physical money like cash, mandatory vaccinations and requiring proof of the same to do basically anything. Buy, sell, work, travel. Where is your paper? Putting political opponents on lists and sending them to re-education camps. Instituting a universal basic income, especially for those out of work when they shut down entire businesses and industries. Any personal liberty we have, every choice, every right, will all be subject to restriction and will only be exercised with government permission, under this totalitarian system. Totalitarian is a true sense of the word. Every aspect of life totally under their regulation and control. There will be no escape from this. With the technology we already have, if we allow this, they will know where you are, who you are with, and what you are doing every moment of every day. Is this where you want to go? I don't. Do you? Are you willing to allow this to happen? Are you so blind to the chains that already bind you that you would be willing to accept not only what has happened, but what's coming? Do you love the illusion of tranquility of your servitude? Do you ignore the choices and happiness denied you and settle for what your overlords permit? Will you continue to disregard what you see with your own eyes and those things which alienate your common sense, offend your sense of justice, and sicken your spirit? Have you lost the stomach for the sacrifices liberty demands? As I have always said, it is only our consent that allows any of this to happen. But the struggle for liberty is hard, it's risky. But we will not be moved from the horrors of tyranny to the blessings of liberty on a comfortable couch. Our Great Reset will not be accomplished by a bunch of elites in a smoke-filled room in Europe. It will not be the result of one outsider in the presidency. It will only be affected by we the people rising up against those who would enslave us. We the people refusing to abide by their tyranny. We the people taking our liberty with both hands and demanding our rights be respected. We need to finally stand up and revolt against this despotism, not just with words and complaints, with memes and cute little pictures on the internet, not with wishful thinking, but with real action.